Today Baba is talking about Tyag, Tapasya and Seva, which is translated as unlimited renunciation. Tapasya is not translated, it is translated as Tapasya only, and say service. So Baba says these three are related. So first there is Tyag. Now what is Tyag? So you see that in the sannyas marg, when they become renunciates, then what they do is leave their home and go to a distant place in a jungle. But Baba says that you don't need to leave your home, but you have to withdraw your intellect from this whole world, which is impure and which is old. And Baba says that is the renunciation we need. Because you see, if there is not this renunciation, then there cannot be tapasya. Now what is tapasya? Tapasya is the act of having unbroken, constant remembrance of Baba. When we say tapasya, it means that maybe we are working, doing things, or taking care of relationships, everything, going to office, doing work, but my heart is constantly in an unbroken manner in relation with Baba. It is connected to Baba. And wherever I am, whatever I am doing, my heart is drawing the light and the love from Baba, the power and the purity from Baba. And that is called tapasya. Now, Baba says that tapasya is not possible without unlimited renunciation. Now, unlimited renunciation is also translated as disinterest in the old world. So, we all understand this word disinterest. Now, you see, sometimes you are in the midst of something, but you're not interested in it. And when you are not interested in it, then it doesn't have an influence on you. And Baba says that is precisely the state we have to be in. And how do you become disinterested in something? Because you know that it is not what it looks like. So, when you know that something is temporary, something is not what it looks like, or something is not going to deliver the promise that it is making, then you have disinterest in it. And Baba says that we children are now Trikaldarshi. We know the past, we are living the future, we are living the present of Sangam Yuga, and we also know the future. We know that everything that we are seeing with these two eyes, everything means everything. The bodies that we are seeing, the body that the soul is sitting in, the bodies of other souls that you are seeing with the eyes, or anything that these two eyes are seeing, it is going to be destroyed. It is not going to be in the form it is right now. And you see, every point of knowledge that Baba gives is an aspect of dharana. You have to imbibe that point. And how do you imbibe it? When you really think deeply about it. And you see that, there is a very beautiful saying in Hindi that there is everything in this world, but you experience only that which you're looking for. Yes, so when you start seeing everything through the eyes of knowledge, then you can see the signs, you can see the indicators of destruction. You can actually see how destruction is just at the doorstep. It's not far away. I remember there was one brother, he was a Kumar, and he was 18 years of age. And then, he told me that, in this day and age, when you can see wars happening all around or calamities happening, he told me that, you are the only people saying the world is sorrowful, the world is a very happy place. So I said, no, if you see there is so much disease, so much sickness, there is strife, there is war, there is, fighting, quarreling, there is backstabbing, so much is going on in the world. And then why do you think that we are the only people who think it is sorrowful? So he didn't choose to agree that there is going to be destruction or this is a sorrowful world. He didn't agree with it. And it is fine, because you see, that we will come to that. Baba says there's a secret behind that also. But the important thing is that even when Baba gives the third eye, if you open your third eye and look, then you will see that what Baba says is true. Yes, you have to look with that third eye of knowledge. You have to hold in your buddhi that knowledge and then see the indicators of why you agree with Baba's knowledge. And that requires a little bit of deep thinking. You have to sit and, because you see, awareness is a very interesting thing. You see, just think about, all the sounds that are around you. You cannot hear them right now when you are paying attention to the class. But as soon as you pay attention to them, you can hear them. This is so interesting that, something may be very physical, very gross, like the sounds that are around you, or maybe the colors that are around you. If you're not in your room and you're outside the room and I ask you, what are the colors in your room? Then maybe, you have lived in that room for 10 years. You will not be able to accurately tell me how much which color is there in your room. Because you see, attention is a very big faculty. We are not attentive all the time. And Baba says that whatever I'm saying, you see, you are a soul is a reality, and you are Baba's child is a reality. Your original state is virtuous is a reality. And this whole world passes through Sato, Rajo, Tamo, and then destroys itself, and then it again goes to Sato Pradhan. This is a reality. But then you can only see it when you open your third eye and really try to see it. And Baba says that when you churn on this and you realize that actually nobody and nothing in this world is now pure or, attractive enough for me to attach, pure, attractive, or permanent enough for me to attach my heart to it. I remember there was this one girl, and she used to come to the center, and she said that, Didi, I have had 6 relationships, and then I broke up with all of them one by one after some time. And then she said, I don't know whether I'll find the right person ever. So I told her, Let me give you an idea. Maybe there is no right person today. There is only God for you. Because you see, sometimes you are with people and you feel that they are not who you are seeking, but still you don't understand who you are actually seeking until you meet Baba. And it is a fact that for 63 births, the one that we seek in relationships, the love that we seek in relationships, the respect, the acceptance, the care, the belonging, the good wish, the sustenance, whatever we seek in relationships is actually the memoir of what we receive from Baba in the last kalpa. And we are seeking that in human beings. And that is why we are getting more and more disheartened every day. But we are not understanding that it is Baba we are seeking. So all of this is true. You are a soul, your original state is virtuous, all relationships are with Baba, all attainments are with Baba. Or this world is now at the end and it is going to be destroyed, and then the world as it is, it's going to be destroyed, but then a new world order is going to come to place, which is called the golden age or Satyug. And Baba says all of this is true, but then you have to churn over it, think deeply about it. And when you imbibe this, then what happens is you have disinterest. You completely, you renounce the world from your intellect. You live in this world because where will you go? There is only this world to live. We are not going to the soul world right now. So we have to live in this world. But Baba says you will understand that no one and nothing is worth attaching my heart to it. Because no one and nothing is pure, no one and nothing is attractive, and then no one and nothing, because you see, whatever looks attractive, do you know what is underneath it? These days you find someone or something attractive, and then some days later you lose your, when you, even with things. I remember once I saw a magical show, and then I was very enchanted by it. And then so then my father said that, all this is just, a trick which they play and they kind of dupe you. So I said, no, that's not possible. It was real magic. And I saw that, I was very observant and I couldn't figure out anything. And it was real magic. But then my father told me how that happened. And then when I understood it, all the charm was gone. So you see that you are attracted to something only until you understand its process or you understand what lies beneath. Even with people, you find them attractive only until you see their nature and habits and personality. On the face of it, they look very attractive, but then, later you find them unattractive. Or, with things also this happens, with everything. You buy a new house and then it starts getting, you're very attracted to it. It's new, and then, the walls get soaked, the walls get all, what do you say? There is all water in the walls, it gets retained. And even with new constructions, you see these things, and these new construction airports, their roofs are also falling apart. So then you don't find anything attractive anymore, because you understand it's all depleted. And then third thing, even if something is attractive or something is okay and something you like, but still it's not going to last long. It is destructible. So when you start recognizing this secret that everything is impure, impermanent, and unattractive. When you start understanding this secret, then your heart is not attached to anything. Your heart is withdrawn from it. Yes. So, have you seen that maybe you enjoyed eating something for very long, and then you see the process with which it was made, and then you start having disinterest in it. I remember there was this one brother, and he told me that he used to have ginger and for every ailment, and he used to really think that ginger is very beneficial. And then he saw ginger being washed in acid and being supplied to the market. So he saw that, and then he had disinterest in it, and he just, so these are the things. It's not like you will not consume ginger. What will you do? If that is the available ginger, you eat it. But the thing is, you understand that whatever you think is very pure and very beneficial and very permanent is not that pure, that beneficial or permanent. And when you understand that, then what you have is unlimited renunciation. You live with everything, use everything, but you know that you're using it because there's nothing better right now. And you will get everything better and best in Satya. So you just have to keep doing your Purusharth while being in this old world. So, and Baba, I think, in the day before yesterday, Murli, Baba talked about the connection between the desires of the old world and tapasya. So, Baba says that you cannot do tapasya if there are desires of the old world. If there are attachments and if there are desires, you cannot do tapasya. I remember there was this one Mata, and she said that whenever I sit to remember Baba, as soon as I connect the cord with Baba, I am reminded of my little child who is sleeping or, doing something. And then I have this thought that maybe that child has woken up. And then I just, I fall back to this consciousness of this world. I cannot stay with Baba. Because, if your heart is attached to something of this old world, and in this old world, everything is always in turbulence. Do you understand? Nothing is ever stable, or nothing is ever, at rest. And when your heart is attached to this old world, you cannot sit in stability, in constant communion with Baba. And tapasya requires constant communion. So until and unless there is complete unlimited renunciation, there is complete disinterest in the old world, there cannot be constant communion with Baba. Because what is attachment like? Attachment is like your buddhi is tied to someone or something of this old world. And as soon as there is some turbulence in that, that which your heart is attached to, your heart cannot be attached to Baba. Have you tried, there are times when you are upset because the one you are attached to is not behaving according to how you want them to behave. Yes, so there are times when you're upset, and then you try remembering Baba, you can never remember Baba at that time. Because you may, you keep talking to yourself also. Why am I thinking about this person? This person is not even behaving according to my wishes. This person is not even, honoring what I like and not like. And Baba is here loving me, taking care of me. But you cannot remember Baba. You will remember that person only. That is the quality of attachment. I remember there was this Mata, and she loved her son deeply. And then, the son was staying in the hostel. And then it was her son's birthday. And then she went to the hostel to wish him birthday. So she went there, and then the son, he just said thank you, hugged the mom, and then he went away to play with his friends and party with his friends. And the mother had traveled 200 kilometers to reach the son, and the son didn't spend time with her. And then she said, I thought, okay, fine, my son is not acknowledging my presence, or he's not taking out time for me. No problem, I have my Baba. And then she said, I tried to meditate, Didi. I was all alone. There was nothing to do. And I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity for me to remember Baba. But when I started remembering Baba, I could only remember how rude my son had been, and how, he did not honor my wish, or he did not even think about me, or I kept thinking how he could be so insensitive, or just, the feelings, I kept fighting with them, and I couldn't have any yoga. Because you see, when you are attached to someone, then you cannot have continuous, unbroken yoga. You can only have yoga with Baba until everything is fine on that front. If there is a businessman attached to his business, then until his business is working well, he will have good yoga with Baba. Yes, or he will think he is having good yoga with Baba. But then as soon as something wrong goes wrong with his business, then no yoga with Baba, yoga with business only. So Baba says that you cannot have tapasya, which is unbroken, constant yoga with Baba, if you have attachment to this old world. And then desires. Have you seen that when you don't have unlimited renunciation, you find this old world attractive, and you find you don't understand that whatever looks attractive, whatever looks promising, because in this world, wealth, relationships, attainments, they look very promising, but they are not actually that promising. They are not going to deliver on that promise. But like a deer in a desert, what does the deer do? He keeps running on the sand in the scorching heat, because he thinks that there is water in the distance. And he just, sometimes the deer loses his life also running after that illusion of water. And similarly, in this world, we have been programmed, conditioned to think that we will receive happiness and joy and contentment and a sense of achievement and attainment and fulfillment from people, places, and things. And then what happens is that gives rise to this desire, which is like, running on the desert in the search of the oasis. And when you have these desires, then what happens is, when you meet Baba, then even when you are having yoga with Baba, there is a lurking desire, which is fueling your yoga. You are not having yoga with Baba out of love, but you are having yoga with Baba because you think Baba is the one who will fulfill that limited desire of yours. And just ask yourself today this question: do you have any desire in your heart? Because if you have any lokic desire, worldly desire in your heart, then you may be remembering Baba, but that remembrance is in the form of prayer, not remembrance. And just remember, prayer will not absolve you of your sins. It has never done that. Yes, for 63 births we have prayed to Baba, and prayer has not absolved us of our sins. It is remembrance. Remembrance, the foundation of remembrance is love. The foundation of remembrance is recognition. when you recognize that Baba is everyone and everything, and when you have love for Baba, then with that love, with that, recognition that this is the one that you had been looking for so much, so long, and such a long time, when you understand this, and with that in your heart, in your awareness, when you remember Baba, that absolves you of your sins. But if you think that Baba is just an instrument to fulfill your limited desires, and there is a selfish reason lurking in your heart because of which you are remembering Baba, sometimes fear motivates you, sometimes desire motivates you. Sometimes people just, even when they come to Baba, they will sit and meditate because they think that, if I don't meditate, something will go wrong. Or, it is important to meditate, or I may, be receive the wrath of God or the rage of God. And that's why they meditate. Or, they think that Baba is the one who will give me money and health and good relationships. So I'm remembering Baba because of that. Then it all becomes, this becomes a hindrance to tapasya. And it is tapasya that will absolve you of your sins. And it is tapasya that will fill you. Through tapasya, what happens is the soul is filled with all the attainments from Baba. When with deep love, true love in your heart, you connect your intellect to Baba and draw the love and light, the virtues and the powers, then those virtues and powers become part of you. And then, the intellect, the locks on the intellect open. What does tapasya do? It opens the locks on the intellect. It makes you realize knowledge. It makes you attain virtues. It makes you attain powers. And when you are full, only then you can do service. So Baba says, the intention to do service cannot be separated from the intention to do tapasya. Sometimes, people and children, Baba's children also, they think that, okay, I'm doing service now, I'm giving Baba's introduction to many, I'm sending Baba's message to many, or I'm trying to serve through Baba's virtues and powers. But how can you donate from a vessel that is empty itself? So, maybe you think you are giving something to someone, but then are you giving them what they need, or are you giving them what you want to give them? Because when there is no tapasya, when your intellect is not working right, when you don't have the power of discernment, when you don't have the fullness of virtues and powers, then you cannot discern what the soul needs. You just keep giving them what you want to give. And that is not true seva. Because you may have spent 1 hour teaching somebody, or telling somebody what to do, what not to do, but then they were not seeking that, so they don't feel fulfilled, they don't feel that they attain something through you. And when a soul doesn't feel fulfilled, then that is not true seva. Because if they don't feel fulfilled, they will never try to connect their heart to Baba. They will never try to, follow the method that you are trying to teach them. So, what is seva? Why do we do seva? You see, seva is done so that you can create the bridge through which souls can walk up to God, walk up to Baba. And what is seva? So you become the embodiment of all the love, all the virtues, all the knowledge, and all the powers that Baba gives. And when somebody meets you and they get a glimpse of what they were looking for and they feel fulfilled, then they are interested in knowing where you got all this from. And then you give them the introduction of knowledge and Baba, and then they get interested in knowing Baba, and then they start walking on the path. So seva is not done, after a soul recognizes Baba. So when a soul recognizes Baba, then seva is in the form of, reading the murli or giving them bhog, sustenance or something like that. But then the service that Baba tells us, the service to wake up everybody, the service to introduce them to Baba, that service will happen when you are the embodiment of the knowledge and virtues and powers from Baba. And you will become that embodiment when you do tapasya, when your heart is aligned with one Baba and none other. And that will happen only when you are in unlimited renunciation from this whole world. So this is why Baba says, don't just try to say that I'm doing seva. Don't just try to say that I'm giving Baba's introduction, because you cannot give from an empty vessel. And today Baba says that it is very important to prepare yourself, to enable yourself, to fill yourself before you do seva. Because otherwise, when I remember there was this one brother, and I asked him to come to the center and take the course. And then he told me that, no, I won't take the course, because I had once gone to a center and then I didn't find what I was seeking. So I said, okay, no problem. You didn't find it once. Please try again. And he said, I don't want to try again. So, sometimes service is a one-time opportunity. So when a soul comes in contact with the Brahma Kumaris or with Baba's children for the first time, and you tell them that you are a BK, then your personality or what you have attained from Baba, if that is able to serve them, then they have a very good chance of belonging to Baba. And once that chance is lost, it becomes very difficult for that soul to come back again. Although they come back, but then that soul with that opportunity is gone. So Baba says this is why we must prepare ourselves, ready ourselves, and we must first practice to have unlimited disinterest by imbibing the knowledge that this world is impure, destructible, and unattractive. And then Baba today says that only those souls who belong to the deity kingdom or the deity religion, they will come and find interest in this knowledge. So, do you understand that one thing is you doing your job well, and second thing is, that soul's destiny. Now, why are you here and not somebody else? I remember there was one session in which a very senior Didi was sitting, and she asked the whole sabha, the whole congregation of BK children, why are you the chosen one? Why are you sitting in this hall and not others? And then, everybody had their own answers, because we love Baba, because Baba loves us, whatever. And then, what did Didi say? Because it is your destiny. And you see, every soul is pre-recorded, and we don't have much choice about our pre-recording. And if I am pre-recorded, predestined to be a deity soul every cycle, then when Baba comes, when Baba gives this knowledge through Brahma Baba, then we start finding affinity with this knowledge. We start feeling that, yes, this knowledge is true, we start getting drawn. And if I'm not a deity soul, then even if somebody is, beating their head with me, I won't get it. So, this is also one secret that Baba tells. But Baba tells one thing, that, maybe not everybody is a deity soul, but every soul in every religion has to get their mukti, or they have to go to their home, go back to their home from this world of sorrow through Baba. So everybody will find consonance with this one thing, which is consider yourself to be a soul and remember Baba. Baba says this Maha Mantra you give to everybody. You tell everybody that consider yourself to be a soul and remember Baba. Even if they don't purify themselves, even if they don't understand the deity kingdom, even if they don't practice purity, it's okay. But Baba says if a soul, even if a soul has to come at the end of Kali Yuga, still they have to remember Baba to go back home. And Baba says, this message at least you give to everybody. And for the whole knowledge about what to imbibe, what to do, what to not do, that will be imbibed only by deity souls. Okay, Om Shanti.